Welcome back to the Charismatic Voice. Today we're going to be continuing with a little bit of metal history in the form of Queensryche. Thank you to all of you that recommended this, both on YouTube and in Patreon. I'm really excited to get to check out one of the big three of progressive metal. So this will be my first time hearing Queensryche, and it'll be my first time hearing lead singer Geoff Tate. I'm really excited for that. We're going to be listening to Silent Lucidity. This was a song, it was released in the music video in 1991, and it was remastered in 2003. And also, it was nominated for a Grammy, both for Best Rock Song and for Best Rock Vocal Performance by a Duo or Group. So it definitely has a lot of weight behind it. I'm so excited to get to hear it. Let's get to it.
Safe in bed. It was all a bad dream spinning in your
head. So far, this doesn't sound like metal to me. It sounds like a folk song, actually. I'm guessing that is the intention, and it's going to evolve to something else since they are the considered progressive metal. So I imagine it goes somewhere else. Really like the guitar lick. It still feels like it's mostly in 4/4, but it's divided in some interesting ways. And Geoff Tate's voice it's got depth to it, lower for sure, has a lot of clarity, has character to it. You know, it sounds like it wants to tell you a story right away, and I'm interested, very interested. I really like the way that they had a word at one point. What word was it? Let's see. I think it was like silent or spinning. It was spinning. And spinning, the imaging of it echoed and like bounced back and forth as if you maybe were spinning. So it sounded like it was left and then right and then panned maybe back. And it was a really cool effect to have this sort of delay bouncing back and forth. Let's keep going.
Mind tricked you to feel the pain of someone close to you leaving the game of life. So here it is, another chance. Wide awake, you face the day, your dream is over. Or has it just begun?
These lyrics are really intriguing to me. I'm going to read some of them. It's funny. Your mind tricked you to feel the pain of someone close to you leaving the game of life. So here it is, another chance. Wide awake, you face the day. Your dream is over, or has it just begun? I feel it's fascinating to see these images of children as well, and like little games of like things spinning above them that might be considered games in a crib. And it really brings that question to mind. Are you more awake while you're asleep, or are you more asleep while you're awake? And man, it definitely gets my mind swirling in all kinds of pensiveness. So anyhow, let's keep going.
There's a place I like to hide, a doorway that I run through in the night. Relax, child, you were there, but only didn't realize when you were scared. It's a place where you will learn to face your fears, trace the years, and ride the winds of your mind. Commanding in another world,
it's hard to place my finger on exactly what it is, but this song feels incredibly emotional to me. I think it's partly having some strings in the background. I think strings often really tug at my heartstrings, but I also, it's his voice and the clarity. He's relating a story that is emotional, but he's not letting himself get too emotional in it. He's allowing the person that is listening to it to experience it from where they're at. There can be a fine line sometimes as a singer between telling a story that you're really emotional about and letting everything that you feel come out, or having just a teensy bit of restraint and having it clearly felt, but letting another person feel and interpret that how they need to. I feel like he's writing that line perfectly, because I feel like I'm experiencing and thinking about all kinds of life with it. Again, there was some really fascinating words in here. To face your fears, retrace the years, and ride the whims of your mind. Oh, wow. It's like talking about the dream world as if it really is a part of the real world. This is beautiful. Wow, this is super beautiful. His voice also, I like the way that when it goes up high, it doesn't lose the character. Sometimes you hear shifts in the registration and it almost sounds like somebody else is singing at top. His voice is really equal throughout, and he has a nice vibrato that's very relaxed on top. I want to go back a little bit. There's a lot to digest in there.
Relax, child, you were there, but only didn't realize when you were scared.
I love the way he adds a little bit of fry there. It's very intentional on scared. He goes like, he gives just a teensy bit of fry there. That often has a sense of wisdom or vulnerability or hurt in it when you have a little fry that's added. So it's very perfect to add to the word scared.
Didn't realize when you were scared.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm going to get really deep into some vocal things with him now. I love the little slides he's doing off of those as well, which feels like it's got a little bit of pain, but it comes back home. This is really good.
Didn't realize when you were scared.
So effective.
It's a place where you will learn to face your fears, retrace the years, and ride the winds of your mind. Commanding in another world, suddenly you hear and see this magic new dimension. With the watching over you, I'm gonna help you see it through. We'll protect you in the night. I'm smiling next to you in silent lucidity.
Oh, this is making me like teary-eyed and so smiley. It's interesting. I feel like my original first interpretation of it is exactly how they wanted somebody to have that loose interpretation that is maybe however they're feeling at the moment. This chorus, I think we would call it a chorus when it's "We'll be watching over you," and they have the "I," which sounds like many layerings of vocals that have been pushed into the background. This definitely sounds like it's about someone dear that you're watching over, probably a child, but who knows, maybe it's your loved one, or it could be any loved one, really. I think that's so beautiful. The sentiment is gorgeous, and his voice is so sincere. Sometimes voices just have that thing that it's hard to put your finger on why exactly it touches you, but it seems like that voice is somehow in line with the entire person, and truly charismatic. I definitely think he has that. It's impressive and delightful and touching in all of the right ways. Let's go back a little bit. There?
We'll protect you in the night. I'm smiling next to you in silent lucidity.
And it's partly so effective because of the way they drop out the other instruments. It's just simple and sincere. I love it. Oh, it's like a kid flying in their dreams, like bed knobs and broomsticks. Hey, double guitar.
Visualize your dream, recorded in the present tense, or print or permanent form. If you persist in your efforts, you can achieve dream control.
That was really interesting, and this is really getting very interesting here in this instrumental section. It sounds like a continuous raising of the pitch here, almost like it's wanting to shift keys higher and higher and higher. That the voice that came in there, it felt like it was distorted as if it were in a dream of some sort. It's cool.
Visualize your dream,
Visualize your dreams.
present tense, or print or permanent form. If you persist in your efforts, you can achieve dream control.
Oh, that is such a strange experience. The way that that voice goes in both ears, and there's so many different sounds happening. It sounds like they took a lot of other sounds beside a voice and piped it in to give it some more texture and layers in that audio there. It felt almost like being hypnotized. It was a fascinating experience while you have this raising pitch in anticipation of something happening. I'm going to go back one more time to see if I can pick out what's in there a little bit more and let it keep going.
Visualize your dream, recorded in the present tense, or print or permanent form. If you persist in your efforts, you can achieve dream control.
If you open your mind for me.
Oh, so I heard like dream control in there. Definitely talking about lucid dreaming, and I feel that once again they're definitely drawing lines between living and lucid dreaming, and that maybe what we're in here and now is all just a lucid dream or a new dimension in reality. Very cool, very, very cool. I also noticed it sounded like the visualization went from kind of forward to back. So it wasn't just like 90 degrees here and 90 degrees here. Instead it went like, it sounded like almost like 45 moving back further till, I don't know, it wasn't all the way back to 180, but it sounded like maybe like 150 around there. It was very interesting. Very, very interesting spatialization of those sounds. I really loved that.
If you open your mind for me, you won't rely on open eyes. walls you built within come tumbling down, and a new world will begin.
Beautiful addition in the background of the strings there again. I love having this combination of orchestra and band at the same time. It's very, very effective. I wanted to stop primarily though to talk about some lines that just were great. If you open your mind for me, you won't rely on open eyes to see. I love that, right? See with more than just your eyes. The walls you built within come tumbling down and a new world will begin. I feel like these lyrics speak for themselves, and I don't want to just give my interpretation because I think that we need to let everybody feel as they want to feel. This is really master lyrics here. I love the emotions they stir up. Okay, let's keep going.
Living twice at once, you learn. You're safe from pain, and the dream remain. Your soul set free to fly. A round-trip journey in your head. Master of illusion, can you realize your dreams alive? You can be the guide, but
I love, you can tell he's actually singing in this take. For reals, it's the way he starts his each phrase. You can tell he's engaging his body underneath it. That's something when people are lip syncing, you often can tell because you don't see as much body engagement. It's not like he's going like with each one, because that would be bad. That would mean he was launching his air at it. But he is supporting and connecting his sound to his body. You can even see when he went up to an ooh vowel at one point, you saw it like almost like a stretch up the back, which tells me he's stretching his soft palate in a really good way there. And it's a nice place. Okay, let's look at this section one more time.
a round-trip journey in your head. Master of illusion, can you realize your dreams alive? You can be the guide, but with you watching over you, I'm gonna help you see it through. We'll protect you in the night. I'm smiling next to you.
I just think it is so sweet, this chorus. It's so comforting, and I love the way his voice comes in without, that time I think it was just strings sustaining, so he had lost the drum kit completely, and I think we've lost the bass as well, so his voice, I believe, is the lowest note at this point.
I'm smiling next to you.
It sounds like there's a cello in there too, so they're probably a little bit lower than his voice, but it really helps the voice pop out and let it just be that sincere simplicity. Wow. If you guys can't tell, I think that this song is amazing, amazing, amazing. And I expected something that was going to be much more rowdy in your face. This is just soothing and comforting. And I really love it. Oh, that's cool. I think you have like a bass and maybe just a bass, maybe also a cello doubling in the bottom there. The guitar, I've been listening to it and trying to figure out why I think it's so interesting within this. The guitar is playing a series of 3 descending notes over and over and over. But the song feels like it has a steady tempo in 4/4, which usually 4/4 is subdivided into 2s. But when you have this 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 that the guitar is playing, it gives an illusion that you might possibly be in a different time signature. It's very interesting and sort of goes against the grain there, but they do it in a way that is so soothing and lovely and like a lullaby. Okay, let's go back and listen to that just a little bit more. Oh. That last bass and cello line is, it's echoing the very beginning of a melody. Go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, little darling, I think. I will probably end up putting in comments what exactly that melody is. It just rang the melody in my ear, and I was like, oh yeah, that's actually a lullaby. Oh, let's go back. Yeah, it's just a hint of it in there. What a cool way to end it. I need to hear so much more of them. Okay? I will commit right now. I will do another Queensryche video. I'm not sure which one, so make sure you recommend it down in the comments below. But wow, I just loved that so much. I really love Geoff Tate's voice. I gotta tell you, it has so much charisma to it at the same time as just having this simple way of speaking to you that speaks of great vocal technique behind it. Because you don't hear any of the stuff that would be hard. Nothing will take you out of his story or performance. You're just there with him going through the journey instead of thinking about how difficult it is to breathe or how difficult it is to sing a high note. Really, I loved the way he sang that in a way that really touched my heart. I would love to hear about your interpretations of this song. I feel like there are many interpretations that could be have of it, so please definitely tell me about that in the comments below as well. And if you want to come and join me sometime here on YouTube, we are here every Monday, Tuesday, and Friday mornings at 8 a.m. Arizona time. And you can also find me on Patreon, or if you want to learn more about music or singing, you can find me at thecharismaticvoice.com. I hope to see you somewhere soon.